On the show today, Chris is going to show us how to make these amazing little retail designs. They're small, they're quick, they're sellable, and it's got a little weight at the bottom that might surprise you. Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. And as you can see, we are joined by, I've got to think of an adjective now.
Yeah, you ran out.
The amazing, the one and only Chris Horn from Amscan is back. And ho, 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 it is Christmas time, isn't it, Chris?
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, so, well, it's been a while since I've seen you. How's life before we get into Christmas?
Good. Yeah, busy.
Good.
All over the place, but yeah.
That's always the case.
Still
for you,
going,
isn't it?
yes.
Always busy.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine. I'd rather be busy than bored.
Yes, absolutely. So, Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
It is coming.
It is definitely coming at a pace. It's quite remarkable how quickly it comes, but there you go. We shouldn't be surprised.
Every year. Every year.
Same date every year, and it still takes us by surprise. I want to do a couple of little small delivery type ideas. We have actually done a design very similar to this before. We did one for Live last year.
Yes.
Where we used 24-inch for the body and the super shape for the head and all that. Well, we'll scale it down a bit because sometimes those things are a little bit on the large side for a domestic thing, and therefore a bit expensive, and with everybody a bit strapped for cash. Let's do a small one.
Okay.
So we're going to use the mini air-filled shapes for the head. So this is the elf, and then a 12-inch balloon for the body. So the whole thing is much smaller, quite simple and easy to put together, I hope. So I'm going to start by creating a attachment point at the bottom of the balloon. So I need a little knot of latex.
I was just going to make a joke about I think you've tied the knot too soon because you've not put any air in it.
I've been married for 39 years. That's not too soon, is it? Yes, I see what you mean, but no. Right. There
Your
we go.
joke was funny.
So I just need that bit. So. Okay, and then this is 12-inch. This is just a standard Semitex Fashion Red. So the ordinary one because it picks up on the clothes. I'm going to inflate it. Nice and big. Let it down a bit and drop the little bubble that we've created inside.
Artificial raisin.
Like that. Artificial raisin, yes. I don't know why we call it a raisin. Who originally called it a raisin?
I guess because it looks like a raisin.
Well, kind of, I suppose, but...
Of course it is.
It'd be a bit on the chewy side, wouldn't it?
It would be chewy.
And then I'm going to use a scrap of 260, except I haven't done any previous designs yet, so I ain't got no scraps.
Okay.
So I will have after this. Just tie it off with a bit of 260. Doesn't matter what colour. Just to give you that attachment point there. Then we need something to stand it on. So let's make the base here. This is Semitex Metallic Green. I should have counted the pumps. 3 will do nicely. This is metallic green rather than the reflex green because, again, it fits nicely with the colour there. I'm inflating and deflating and inflating again so they're soft. Which will give, because they're going to be in contact with the ground or whatever surface they get put on, then you do want them to be quite soft and flexible, and then they'll stand up better. They won't burst so easily. Indeed. So an inflate and a deflate and a reflate, if that's a word.
Reflate?
Yeah.
Reinflate? Reinflate? Reflate? Let's make reflate a word.
So inflate, and I suppose it is reinflate, but
reflate. I quite like reflate. Yeah.
So that's a new one. Right, so we've got a cluster of 4 to stand the design on. So, and then we need to weight it down. Now, you can use marbles, pebbles, small weights, whatever, but a golf ball.
A golf ball you just had in your pocket.
Happens to find in my pocket.
Amazing.
Yes, I know. They're heavier than similar sized commercially available weights.
Okay.
And they're nice because they get that little bit of extra weight, but they're still small enough to disappear into the centre. And apparently they're very cheap. I mean, I'm not a golfer. Jacob is.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, at the weekend when you could come back with a carrier bag full probably, or you can buy them.
Yeah.
But they are very reasonable. And then just using my stretching
Balloon
tool.
neck stretching tool.
Exactly. And then we just roll that in through there, like so. So we can put it in a 5-inch balloon so that it matches.
It's very good, actually.
Yeah, works quite well, doesn't it?
Yep.
Simple and easy, but use whatever weight takes your fancy.
Indeed.
But I just like to show options. It's quite fun to do that. Wrap that in there and tight. So there's our base. Now at the moment it's still, but when we put the 12-inch on the top, it'll push those down and the weight will disappear, and so then it'll sit nice and firmly. So no, not that. Electric. Use the power. I have the power. I should use it. We're going to inflate this. I'm not going to size it. I just want it big enough to be the right size for the body. And that's it on there. And then I can sit this using the 260 onto there. So put it nice and tight.
So what are you doing for Christmas? Anything interesting?
No, it'll just be a family occasion again, as they usually are. But that's the way I like it. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll just be nice to have all the family around. The grandchildren are getting that little bit older now. So Lily is 4.5. She's coming up 5. So it's going to be fantastic for her.
Yeah.
And Edward was only a few months old last Christmas, but he's 19 months this year. So that's going to be fun as well.
Yeah.
I just
good luck with the Christmas tree with a
19-month-old. Yeah. See, Lily was great. You could say to her, Lily, don't touch that, and she wouldn't.
Yeah.
Edward is a very different matter. He seems to delight, even at a young age, in doing exactly the opposite of what you ask him to do. So, don't touch that, Edward. No, so it's going to be very much the plastic bauble Christmas tree this year.
All right. Very sensible.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we shall see, won't we? Ask me again afterwards how it went. Mini shape head, inflate. We need to heat seal these. We've done this lots of times before, but it never hurts to demonstrate it again, because it seems to be one of those recurring themes that people have issues with sealing small balloons. I don't know why.
I always had issues when I was doing them. Yeah.
I honestly do not know why. For me, it's the simplest thing. You inflate it like that. Don't hold it there, because the tail of the balloon is full, and when you squash that flat, you'll get creases in it. So turn it round, hold it there, get all the air out of the tail, set this sort of somewhere in the middle. I can't tell you what it's set on, because every single one of them is going to be different.
Okay.
But just test a couple. If it burns through the balloon, it's too hot. If it doesn't seal it, it's too cold. Twiddle it until you get it right. 3 or 4 attempts, and you should be fine. Stick it in there. What we're going to do is push this down and then pull the balloon towards us, so that we get a nice big wide seal. And it is that easy to do. Job done.
Wow.
And every single time. So I really don't understand how it's a problem for people, but it is that simple.
I do like the pulling technique. That's
it
good.
really works, because I've got a seal now that's 1 centimetre wide.
Yeah.
And you can see clearly if there are any things crossing that seal, those are potential leak points, and there's nothing. It's as smooth as anything, so you know that that's going to be fine.
Perfect.
Now I need a cluster for his neck, so I'm going to inflate, deflate down to about that sort of size, tie off. We'll do 2 of them. Because it's such a small design, we can't really use full-size balloons here.
Yeah.
Because it would just be too bulky.
Speaking of baubles,
Aye.
as you were, Charlotte in the office was doing something for Instagram, I think, probably. And she made some baubles. So we sell the cases, the plastic cases, so you make your own baubles.
Oh,
and she
saw that.
She was so creative. She put bits of dried flowers in and a bit of decoupage using, believe it or not, a napkin. A normal
No, I did
napkin,
actually
paper
see
napkin.
that, and I thought, this is really good.
Was it out there already? Oh, right. Cool.
Yes, it is.
I should really look at our own Instagram, shouldn't I?
It's out. I saw it. It's good.
But I was really impressed that she did that.
And
So Charlotte,
you
thumbs
should
up.
be. It was good. We're talking. I just did this, but it's been done umpteen times before.
Yeah.
But make it nice and squashy. Press the knot down. Twist it in half. Shuffle it about so that you get 2 reasonably even sizes, and then so you got like a mini cluster like that, and that's going to be his collar. Now we're going to attach that to the top of here, but I'm not going to put this on here and then add the head, nearly, because it's a bit clumsy to do it that way. If you take this, pull it tightly into the cluster like that,
Yep.
and then wrap your tail round, then you know that the collar is firmly attached to the head and isn't going to go anywhere. And then it's really easy just to take that, pull it up through the collar, and then the job's done. So it
Very good
gives
tip.
it a very secure fixing very easily. So there's the little Elfie head. Then he just needs a couple of arms. So I'm going to give him, the arms will be, oh, see, I've used my scrap and I need that.
Yeah.
So a knot in the end. I need a couple of hands, which will be quite simple to do. So we're going to go like that. And then I want a little bit and a slightly bigger one, which I'm then going to twist onto itself. Like so. And can remove that. Oop. And then remove that. And then do it again with this again. So, yeah, waste not, want not. I've made,
Indeed.
there's 3 things out of 1 balloon. I mean, you know.
But Chris, if you look after the pennies,
Economy, yes.
the pounds look after themselves, apparently.
The stuff that my grandma used to say, yeah.
Yeah. Showing my age.
Yes, she did used to say that a lot. Okay, so I've got 2 hands, which we can then, ooh, excuse me. And then I just need the arms. So that will be 1 red, fashion red, 260, inflated to kind of about that long. That'll do.
Kind of about that.
Yeah.
Long. I love the technical
They're all right.
aspect
There
of,
are times
of your
when
tutorials.
you need, there are times when you need sizing and times when it really doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter on this occasion. Well, to a degree it does. We gave him.
You don't want
If
to have an
they're
octopus arms, do you?
No, you've got to have at least a rough idea of where you want it to be. There. So that should be fine. Twist that one there. Hand on each end.
You know what? Speaking of, I'm segueing quite a lot today. Speaking of watching the pennies and the pounds look after themselves, on my bank account, I've got a Monzo bank account, and you can set it so that if you spend something in a shop, say £4.75,
Yes.
it'll round it up to £5.
Yeah,
on
I've
your
got one of
statement.
them.
And then the 25p just goes in a savings thing.
I
It's
know.
amazing how much that adds up throughout
You're
the month.
right. I've got exactly the same thing on my account, and it is quite remarkable.
Yeah, because if back in the olden days when we used to use cash, you just have the change. It ended up going in a jar or something,
Yeah.
or in a drawer or whatever. And now it's in your account. It's right there. It's really good.
Okay, twist it in half and put it through. And it's that simple. I'm just going to wrap that over so that the arms don't fall out again. And there we go.
It's perfect.
It's small, it's simple, it's easy. You can add to it this one here. Look, little. This is another one of the several that are available. A personalised elf delivery thing, so it fits really, really, really well with that. This is the anagram version, but there are others out there, I know.
Well, we've done our own, Chris.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's very good. Designed by Amy. It's brilliant.
I'm going to attach this into here.
Yeah, I'm
in case.
I'm not saying this is a bad one. This is very nice.
I know.
It's not as good as ours.
Then we'll debate that at another time. But yeah, I'm attaching that into there, just in case, because that's 260. They can be a bit fragile. Pop it, balloon flies away.
I see.
Don't want that, do we?
Very sensible.
So I'm tying that into there. So there you go.
And I guess you
There's
could
a little
personalise it if you wanted to, couldn't you?
Absolutely, that's what that there space is.
Of course, that's what that's for. Yeah.
Yeah, you can vinyl it, or you can write on it with an opaque marker. Easy peasy. But with elf delivery being as big as it is, something like that's quite fun. But look, there's a
you got a Grinch one.
There's a Grinchy one, and there's one with a Santa head as well. So All exactly the same recipe.
So if you had a
Really,
resale
really simple.
shop, put these out, they will sell.
They certainly will.
And if you don't, you put these on the Instagram
Oh, yes.
and they will sell also.
They will.
No.
But they're very, very simple, very quick, very easy,
Yeah.
but fun.
Yeah.
And of a more domestic, personal size. Having something like that delivered to you.
I'm
is-
really worried, Chris. Nobody can see you, so
No,
gonna
I'm
put
here.
This over. I know you're here.
I'm here.
I know you're here. Let's put that. Let's put this over here. Right.
Yeah. so there you go.
Well, thank you.
Mm,
As a guest on BMTV, you know what you got to do.
It's that time again.
You get to ask everybody out there the question of the week, and the question of the week this week is.
How early do you put your Christmas decorations up?
Oh, nice.
Because there's
Oh,
massive big debate in
Oh,
our
the
family.
big debate.
Huge
Why?
debate.
Where do you lean?
I don't like putting them up before December,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I do like to get them up in early December if possible,
Yeah.
because my wife likes to take them down again straight afterwards.
Yeah. What,
And I
before
like-
January?
Yes,
Oh,
if
right,
she can.
okay.
I do.
Okay.
There's again another big.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know I'd like to get some value out of it.
Okay.
But
Well-
this year it's been sparked off because my son is going to China for a fortnight at the beginning of December.
Okay.
And so his wife's looked at the calendar and said, well, that means we've got to put the Christmas decorations up on November the 19th then.
Okay. Oh, ooh,
Yes.
so
So when do you do yours?
leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. When do you put your Christmas decorations up? Chris, thank you so much.
You're very welcome,
And
Greg.
thank you, everybody, for watching and subscribing. And if you haven't, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon. Be notified every time we upload a new show. Stay happy, stay positive. See you all next week. Bye.
Bye.